Right, I found a destination, a big lake, just under 2 hours away. So I'm going to go head there. I'm going to make my way over to the border with Spain, because I guess it's time to start making my way back home. I don't want to rush the journey home, so I think I've got 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, time to start heading back in a homely direction. And there's a national park on the border, Spain and Portugal, where I'm heading to, which should be pretty good for scenery, and perhaps see some vultures again. That'd be cool. I think they have their vultures there, so yeah. Just got to get out of these mountains first. Yeah, okay, cool. Just seen a sign for Orca de Pendil, 800 metres down here. I found myself a dolmen to go and look at. Been a pretty quiet drive so far. Just been sort of chilling really, getting some distance down. 800 metres down here, I wonder how rough this track's going to be. Let's have a look when we get there, eh? So yeah, the Orca de Pendil, which is up there, and all those other dots show other dolmens in the region, all the red ones. So there's lots of them. There's a list of all of them there. So it's quite a cute one, it's quite a smallish one. No interpretation in English. Oh, it's showing some stone tools are being made though, that are being found here. That's pretty cool. I'll have to get Google Translate on and read this. It's discovered in 1919, 1920 I guess. Anyway, let's go have a quick look. It's much like the one that one of the ones that I walked to in more to the south in Portugal, because I'm quite far north now, on a level with Porto, but I'm now headed east, as I said earlier. So I guess some of this is being reconstructed. And Philippa and Jamie, idiots, have graffitied it. It's a shame. Pretty cool. I just love these things. Just the mystery around it. It's a cool thing though. I like that they've built a little wall all the way around it to enclose it in its own little enclosure. There's a big bird of prey up there. It's a bit further away, I saw it earlier. It's a kite maybe. Cool. That was only a short detour. Oh, there's more interpretation on the back of this. Arrowheads. Oh, and it does have English interpretation. So, just to debrief you on this, it was excavated in 1992 by Domingos Cruz, and among the artefacts exhumed from this monument, 10 arrowheads and 10 geometric microliths in flint and quartz, a flint blade, a hyaline quartz flap, I don't know what that means, 17 schist necklace beads, 11 quartz crystals, and a manual mill mover element, I don't know what that is, were found. Particularly noteworthy is the finding of an enormous quartz crystal, 13.4 centimetres long, found at the level of usage of the monument next to the rocky outcrop. A clear ritual related to the building of the monument. Also several dozen ceramic fragments were collected, of which a fragment of the bell beaker vase was of particular interest, indicating that this dolmen was reused in the Copper Age. So yeah. And apparently there's an engraving on the top, which I'm not sure what era that relates to, but it does say something about it being part of a traditional game. I'll have to go back and see if I can see that. Yeah, I had another walk around. It's quite hard to see on top, so I don't really want to be climbing on top of it. So yeah. The sun's come out for a moment. Cool. I think that's got to take my number of prehistoric sites in Portugal that I've visited up to about a dozen now. Okay, I've seen another sign, another little diversion, Necropolis de Carhales, or I've said that wrong, but okay, the sign is saying, is it in there? Maybe it's saying the next right. I'll have to check the map. Necropolis de Carhales. Don't think there's going to be much to see, to be honest. We'll have a look. Grave sites, and there's no information apparently. Okay, that's it. Okay. Literally carved out of the rock. Literally carved into the rock, that's cool. Interesting. I think that's probably about it. Oh well, there's only a very slight detour, so worth coming in and having a look. But like the review say on Google, there's literally no information, so couldn't tell you when they date from. Anyway, back on the road. About 40 minutes to go to get to destination. So the village I've just driven through, I kind of wish I'd kind of tempted to go back, to be honest, because the first house on the left hand side had a massive, huge, great boulder in its garden. And then there was a couple more on the right, and there was a church that was a bit further back in the village, which seemed to have a couple of massive boulders, possibly even making up one side of the church. So I'm tempted to go back, but check out this place. This is there's a quarry on the left hand side. Huge, great blocks of granite. Look at this. Wow. See, they've all been quarried out because they've all got grooves on them. Wow, there's some big old stones. So yeah, I've gone through kind of a round bouldery, granite bouldery kind of area, and we're here. We have the big lake, Albufeira de Barrichem de Vitar, or something. Probably got that totally wrong, as usual, because I just read it on the map, and then by the time I started filming 3 seconds later, I've forgotten what it said, because it's in a foreign language. So that's my excuse. But yeah, it's a big lake. It's a big lake full of water. I'm sure we'll get another glimpse of it. Oh, another dog on the road. That's one thing you've got to be careful. There's a... Well, she's been giving birth recently, because she had big old teats swinging underneath her. There's the lake. There's a little island there in the middle. Olive trees. Beautiful. Another vineyard. So there's a little bar there. No one's in. It's not really the kind of place I can really camp up overnight, really. I'm just on a lay-by next to the road there. It's a toilet block, that's shut, which is a shame. Thought I'd just stroll down to the water's edge. An old couple drove past in the car and waved at me randomly. Nice people. Pretty friendly in Portugal, I've found so far. Yeah, be a nice spot for a picnic in the summer. Well, I think they got barbecues here as well. Yeah, it's cool. People probably come down here. There's lots of picnic benches, having a nice barbecue. But yeah, I'm gonna. The internet's not great. I'm trying to find somewhere on the map further down the road that might be a bit more appealing. Well, turns out there were probably quite a few places I could have pulled over, but it's early in the day, and what am I going to do? Just sit there and look at a lake for the rest of the day? No. So I've decided to carry on going west. Sorry, east. So I've arrived in Penedono. I'm a bit stuck. I need a destination. I don't know where I'm going really, apart from this place with the scenic place, the national park on the border with Spain. There's another town 15 minutes down. It's got a big supermarket. I could do with going and getting some bits and possibly topping up with fuel as well. Apparently got cheap fuel in the area. It's the only big supermarket in the area, I think. So I'm gonna head there. Hopefully they've got some toilets I can use, and yeah, get a few bits. I have got a big tin of the old cassoulet stuff left, and I've got these bits of pork belly that need to be cooked, and some eggs. I've eaten all my spinach. I wouldn't mind getting a salad or something like that. But yeah, the day's ticking away. I'm covering ground, but I don't really know where I'm going. It's always good to have a destination, so I think I'm going to head there, and I can park in the car park once I've used the loo and got some stuff, and sit down and have a good old think about where I'm going in life, you know? Got to have a destination, got to have a purpose, and today I'm kind of without one, so need to find it. Yeah. Well, this isn't really going to plan. I went to the supermarket, I got a couple of bits, I fueled up because it was a bit cheaper, and you can't pay on card. They don't accept Visa. I was like, what? I've never experienced this like anywhere ever. So I had to go into the shop, take some money out with a 13% bloody charge for taking cash out. Scam. And there's no internet. There's like emergency calls only. There's literally no internet. So now I've left the village and I don't even blooming know where I'm going. Yeah, it's not really going to plan today. So as soon as I've found some internet somewhere, I literally don't even know which direction I'm going in. Well, I kind of do. That'll be south this way. I'm going the wrong way. As you can tell, I am not happy. I am not happy. Well, I turned my phone off and on again, and I got my internet back, so maybe it was my phone. But yeah, I was going in the wrong direction, so I'm now back on track. I found a caravan park, motorhome park place, and it's about an hour away, so a bit more driving to go yet. And it's not really far from the Spanish border. So it looks like I'm going to be back in Spain tomorrow. Now, I do have a couple of places in mind to go to in Spain. I want to go to northern Spain, I want to go to Asturias, because that is a cider making region. So I've got to visit there, and I've got to go visit a couple of cider making places, a couple of cider makers, drink some Spanish cider. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it to the sort of north-west Galicia. It's supposed to be really beautiful, but I mean, this terrain here is pretty nice. So yeah, Asturias is on the list of places to go to, and I guess go through the Basque country as well. I want to keep an eye on the weather as well, because obviously the further north I go, I'm assuming it's going to get cooler. Last night was fine in the van. The night before was pretty cold though, to be fair. But hopefully it's becoming more and more spring-like. And hopefully when I get back to England, it won't be too cold. I know they've had a bit of snow there recently in certain places, but yeah. So I've got a bit of a plan of action, and hopefully I can find some other places to visit en route to Asturias. Yep, there we go. So we have a plan, we have a plan. I have arrived. Just had to film this. I've gone past a few shepherds today, walking their sheep down the road. Oh, there's the dog, big dog. Yeah, it's a very rural area. Some of these parts I've driven through today. You go through a village and there's an old lady walking up the street and she turns around and stares at your vehicle till you're out of sight because she's never seen someone with a right-hand drive vehicle before, probably. Don't get many foreigners around here, but yeah, it's a nice sight to see. Yeah, so I'm in a place called Almeida, which has this castle, all these ramparts all the way around it up there. So I might have to have a walk around there later or tomorrow morning. But I'm pretty pooped from all the driving. My legs are aching a little bit, my calves anyway, from all the steps yesterday. So yeah, a quiet one for me tonight, I think. Morning all, and here is the fortified village of Almeida. Now, I did say last night I was going to go up, but I can't be bothered. Yeah, feeling pretty tired. But I'll put an aerial plan of it on because it's pretty impressive. It's a 12-pointed star in shape, which is pretty cool, and there's a village in the middle of it. But anyway, I'm going to head down the road to a supermarket. And I have also found myself a purpose. A purpose, you say? Well, yes, you know, I was saying yesterday, you need to have a purpose, a destination. Well, I had a bit of a look on the map, and up the road, about an hour away, is a site which is an outdoor petroglyph site. So what that means is it's human-made carvings into the rocks, dating back 22 to 10,000 years ago. So, and these are some of the most important, some of the oldest rock art in Europe, possibly, and the world, I guess. So, to continue my prehistoric visits of Portugal, which this wasn't a plan, but it seems to be unfolding, I'm going to go up there and see if I could get myself booked on a tour. Now, from looking at the reviews, you might be able to do a night tour, which is better for seeing the actual engravings, because by torchlight it's just easier to see than in the daytime. So I'm going to head up there and find the little centre, the little museum, and see what's what, and see if I can book myself on a night tour. Now, I might have a problem with this because I am solo, and it probably needs to be a group, so it might be a case of tagging onto a group. I might not be able to do it today or tonight, but I think this is something I really would like to do. So if it's tomorrow, I'll hang around or find somewhere to go, and in the meantime. But yeah, there we have it. We have a plan. And also, I was thinking, if I go over into the Spanish border into Spain, I've only spent 1 week in Portugal. I feel like I've crammed quite a lot in, but I don't really feel like I've spent enough time here, really. You know, I've spent quite a lot of time in Spain, and I'm going to be spending quite a bit more time in Spain when on the way back. But it would be nice to spend perhaps a couple more days here. You know, get up to 10 days maybe. I mean, it's not the number of days, it's what you're doing that counts. Obviously, you know, the journey's usually the most important bit anyway. So yeah, anyway, first up to the supermarket. It's only 20 minutes up the road, and then use their facilities. Maybe get myself a pan au chocolat. So I've just been into Intermarché, and for today's snackaroonies, we have a pan au chocolat. Looks pretty normal. Just balance that on my steering wheel. And I also have a chocolate-filled croissant as well. So I'll be tucking into these. In fact, So for those of you who like my pan au chocolat hunts, this has been today's pan au chocolat hunt. I might just sit here and eat these. It's a nice day, the sun's shining. And then get up the road to my destination. What a view. Beautiful views. Sun is shining. Sort of coming down over the top into this valley. Yeah, lovely. I'm surprised by how much of Portugal is just strewn with rocks and boulders. They're everywhere. And I have come past a sign which is advertising the archaeology of the Valley Coa, which is where we are. So I'm in the village where the centre is, Melhor, I think it is, but that's Castle Melhor on the hill there. There's a wall going all the way around that, if you can see it. Olá.
Ah, bom dia.
Bom dia. Okay, so there was a little gift shop. The museum bit was actually shut, but the lady in the gift shop helped me out, gave me a leaflet with a number to call. I rang the number, didn't understand it because it was all Portuguese. So I played it again with her on loudspeaker, and she said, you have to ring before 12 o'clock. It's 12:15. So up the road, not far up the road, is Vila Nova da Foz, I believe that's what it's called, and there's a museum there. So I'm going to head there and see if I can book it. Gotta try my luck, haven't I? Yeah, it's only about 20 minutes away, but I just thought I'd stop here because it's really cool what they do with these terraces. I've actually seen a couple of little bulldozers making these terraces, and they're all planted up with fruit trees and vines. This hill here is all done. So this close one here, and if you look over there in the distance, they're all terraced as well. It's amazing, really. And you've got the big river down there. It's just a really beautiful landscape. Really special. So I made it into the museum and I'm booked on the tour for tomorrow. Thought I'd have a look around while I'm here. Oh look, Winnie the Pooh. This is cool. It's a very imposing building. Ooh, interactive. More than 500 rocks engraved during the Paleolithic are spread across through the sites of the region. And I'm going to get to see some of these tomorrow. Super cool. Although I'm going in the daytime, would be good to go at night, but it's a lot more expensive. It's a nice selection of cores and microliths. Tiny, some of these. What's interesting is these made of rock crystal and quartz. Not lit the best, but kind of get the idea. So, in the middle is the Douro Valley where we are, and this shows the sources of all the flint that they found there, apparently. Interesting. So this is cool. We've got a reconstruction of it here, and if I tap the different images, okay. Cool. Wonder if Will Lord's in there. Will. Not easy to make it out on the camera, but it is there. There we are. Another bit of interactive. It's just again as a replica, and it's hard to see anything from here, but when you get close, let me tap one. What if it disappears? Yeah. It's actually easier to see it on the camera than it is in real life, actually. Can't make out what all of them are. Pretty cool thing. Well, I've got to say, it's an ugly old building. Big concrete monstrosity. Big echoey rooms inside. Some cool displays. But ultimately not loads there to see. But it is what it is. Pretty cool. The scenery is much more beautiful. Well, I'm booked on the tour. It's only €16. Cost me £7 to walk around the museum, but I've spent a good hour in there, I guess. So yeah, quite happy. And the sun is shining. Yeah, when I was driving up here along that road, I noticed more of these wooden steps. A bit of a walk. Might go see where that goes. Here we go. I must be bloody mad doing all this again. Oh, get my steps in. Beautiful day. So this building is a pigeon house. And they used to build these. I think there's 300 along this valley, so it said on the interpretation. And they used to use the pigeons as food, also the fertiliser, or the poop that they collected was yeah, great fertiliser for the farmland. So that's what these round buildings that you see everywhere are. Cool. This walkway goes for about 1 kilometre, so it's not a massive walk. Oh, I put my coat on, stupidly. Luckily I brought my bag, so I've put my coat in my bag after about 10 minutes of wearing it and getting too hot. Ah, I just love this view. So this big river is the River Douro, which used to be a lot more turbulent because there's dams now. It's calmed it down. And the river coming into it here, that's the River Coa. And the banks of the Coa River have the largest open air concentration of the Upper Paleolithic rock art in the world. It's along 30 kilometres of the Coa and 15 kilometres of the Douro. But it would be very hard to find the art on my own, which is why I've booked a tour for tomorrow and yeah, I don't envisage we'll be looking at all of it because I can imagine that would probably take days. But yeah, really looking forward to it. I've done menhirs, dolmens, stone circle, stone enclosure, looked at the Prehistory museum that I've just come from, and tomorrow rock art, just to sort of cap it all off. Yeah, Portugal's been really cool, and it's quite nice to have these interpretation boards along here. This one's about the railway line, which is no longer in use. There's the little railway bridge crossing the mouth of the Coa into the Douro, or Douro rather. Well, I am back in the van. Yeah, good little walk, a lot of steps, but yeah, quite enjoyable because it's just such a nice day. Yeah, I'm in a lot better mood than I was yesterday. I think I was just tired and hungry. So yeah, this is kind of like in my evenings. I just kind of, if the weather's nice, got the sliding door open. I've got a great view at the minute. I'll show you that. I'll just sit here, reclining, and have a couple of beers. I haven't really shown you too much of what it's been like in the van, but yeah, I've got my little gas ring, and pots and pans and things, and yeah, it's always good to have a bit of food in, tinned or packeted stuff that you could just cook really easily for when you're you know, a bit stuck. Some supplies. I've usually always got some bananas in. Occasionally get some crisps in. Got a bag of mixed fruit and nuts the other day. Sort of dried stuff. Something to munch on. And biscuits, you know, just basic stuff. Doesn't sound that healthy. But yeah, I've eaten a bit of broccoli and spinach and mushrooms and stuff as well. You can always chuck that in the pan while you're cooking something else in a tin, just to beef it up a bit. So yeah, I've got a tablet, but I haven't really been using it really because I struggle to charge everything up, you know, because I charge stuff while I'm driving, and I'm pretty much keeping on top of charging my phone, my battery pack, because if I'm sitting here looking at my phone watching YouTube or whatever, I can charge it on my battery pack, so I haven't got to have the engine running. And yeah, my speaker and my little lantern, and I've got candles as well, which makes it a nice ambiance in here, nice ambiance in the van. And yeah, and I bought these beers the other day, and I didn't realise they were mini, Superboc mini. These are only 20 centilitres, so you know your little stubbies, your little 33 mils. Look how small these are. They're tiny beers. So yeah, I have to drink quite a few of them. Any excuse, eh? But yeah, I'm back at the van. Don't envisage really going anywhere. Might have a stroll around the village. But yeah, I'm just going to sit here and soak up the view of the mountains. I am actually in a official place that they have for motorhomes. There's a few along there. There's pretty much just a lay-by next to the road in a kind of residential area, and get kids from the school. There's a school over there, but they'll be finishing soon, no doubt, so that noise will disappear and it should be a nice evening. It did get pretty cold last night where I was, but today has been lovely, so I think it's going to probably get quite cold again tonight. So I'm only just up the road, and it was forecast to be about 0, so stray dog just went past. Well, I had a collar, but yeah, the locals' dogs, they just walk themselves around here, I found. So yeah, chill out tonight and then rock art tomorrow. Oh yeah. I'll probably see you then, or you'll see me.